From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, November 10th, 2014. Silver is trading at $15.64 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,168 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $369. Antiwar.com reports tensions are on the rise between Ukraine and the eastern rebels again, with the city of Donetsk, the de facto rebel capital, seeing the worst shelling it's had in over a month as Ukrainian military forces move into the area. Not that the Ukrainian military were the only ones fighting. The rebels were quick to start shelling the airport on the outskirts of town, which lies in ruins, but still in government hands. Over a month into the ceasefire, what fighting there's been has been in Donetsk, though whether this latest escalation means a resumption of the war or not yet remains to be seen. The Ukrainian military sent additional troops into the area after the Easterners held a vote they objected to. The White House blasted the rebel move against the airport as a blatant violation of the Minsk agreements, but was mum on the government shelling of Donetsk itself. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. The Associated Press reports former President George W. Bush had said there's a 50-50 chance his brother Jeb will try to run for president. George W. Bush says that the former Florida governor is wrestling with the decision of running for the Republican nomination for president in 2016. He told Face the Nation, "I think it's 50-50. He is very close. On the other hand, he's not here knocking on my door, agonizing about the decision. He knows exactly the ramifications on family, for example. He's seen his dad and brother go through the presidency. I'd give it a toss-up." The former president was more conservative in his estimate than other family members. Jeb Bush's son, George P. Bush, said 2 weeks ago it was more likely than not that the former Florida governor would move forward. George W. Bush is promoting 41, a book about his father, President George H.W. Bush. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com. Reuters reports more than 1 million Germans and people from around the world on Sunday celebrated the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, the event that more than any other marked the end of the Cold War. A spectacular 15-kilometer string of 7,000 illuminated helium balloons traced the course of the barrier that once snaked through the city, slicing across streets, between families, and even through graveyards. They were set free one after another into the night sky, symbolizing the breaching of the wall by crowds of protesters in 1989. The Berlin Staatskapelle Orchestra played Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, Ode to Joy, in front of the Brandenburg Gate. Berlin's Mayor Klaus Wowereit said as the first balloons were sent aloft, "We're the happiest people in the world, and we're thrilled that you brought the Berlin Wall down 25 years ago. Nothing and no one can stand in the way of freedom." Germans, whose national pride was shattered by Nazism during the Second World War and the Holocaust, have proudly focused on the peaceful East German Revolution that felled the wall as a rare and bright shining moment in their modern history. Festivities to mark the anniversary drew more than 1 million Berliners and tourists to the heart of the once divided city. Earlier, Peter Gabriel played a powerful rendition of Heroes, and several German artists performed on stage as well. Despite the fog and cold, many wandered along the former Death Strip where the wall stood, and where the illuminated helium balloons formed the Litzkranz, or Border of Light, were perched 3.6 meters, approximately 11.8 feet high, on poles matching the height of the barrier built in 1961 by Communist East Germany. The crowd also cheered when former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, widely admired in Germany for his role in paving the way of the wall's collapse, stood and waved. He ominously warned in a speech in Berlin on Saturday that a new Cold War was looming over the Ukraine crisis. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.